Hello, hello, welcome. Before we get into it, I just want to say this is probably going to be a bit of a scuff stream. Right now I'm working on reorganizing some stuff, so, my, desk space isn't, quite what I'm used to. Mixed with the fact that my camera is giving me issues based off of where it's sitting. In line with, well, my software, because like if I kind of look normally. Okay, now it doesn't want to, but it was causing me to wink. So there was. But yeah, today the plan is to vibe with some Splatoon. Let me pause the music and head on over. Alright. Well, I haven't played this in a while. And by a while, I mean, honestly, I think since Tears of the Kingdom came out back in May. May? Yeah. So it's been like a good 2.5 months. Well, no, more like 2 months, because the half month from July being added on at the, yeah. So, I have a lot of update stuff to kind of go through. Mixed with, there we go. Mixed with some, Splatfest news. Because I completely missed the last Splatfest. But on top of that, as well, I got the DLC, to check out. Although Side Order isn't out yet, officially. Yeah, that leaves Inkopolis, but to be honest, I never played the first Splatoon, so I don't really have that, connection with Inkopolis. I don't have that nostalgia factor or anything. So, let's get into it. Anarchy Splatfest. Yep, update. New season. I have no clue how long the season has gone for, or actually I could check. Challenges. Ooh. Special events. I will actually look into that, because I am a sucker for challenges in games. New weapons. Ooh, new Splatana. Lots of weapons to take a look at. New, yeah, new stages. And new music, of course. I know that much. New job site. Alright, there's that. Oh, because I didn't even look at the last Splatfest, is it just gonna skip that news for me? Briscoe. Oh, okay. Yeah, because hello, Ray. Because I didn't log in at all during the last Splatfest. All right. Um. Oh gosh, it's been so long since I've played. Well, I think the first thing I should do, probably check out some of the new weapons. But yes, welcome in, Ray. Playing some Splatoon, because I haven't played since... Actually, I think I haven't played since the the Legend of Zelda Splatfest. So it's been a while. New weapons. I will skip through this. There we go. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try out some of these new things. Specifically, let's see. Why not try out this one? Because this one looked like it could be interesting. Oh, it's a blast. Okay. Okay, damn. That does quite a lot of damage. It is slow firing now. But if one is enough to take care of it, that's pretty powerful as long as you don't miss shots like I will. The range isn't the... the range isn't the best, but it's there. I am very shaky-handed when it comes to, like, this game and stuff. Okay. Let's see. Let's try this out as well. It really doesn't do much damage. Not great with thinking either. Sorta. Yeah. Which, knowing me, that would not work. I feel like that might be good. Because that has that. And then Booyah Bomb. Okay. Got some good stuff going with that. Now I'm interested in this. This looks interesting. So it's just like a normal paintbrush, except it's a bit wider and slower for the actual initial. Okay, it's not bad. Yeah, that was kind of what I was noticing. I think that's about all I wanted to look at. Let's look at this as well. Ah. Let's quickly ink up the place. So I'm trying to remember what this ultimate is. I know it's the Tri-Strike, I think, but if I remember it, like I said, it's been a while since I played this, so I'm getting back into it. Okay. Okay. I see. Alright. I think for now, I'll stick with the stuff that I have, that I'm used to. Just while I get back into the swing of it, and then come back. You know, I tend to go more for look than... What is that? To respawn reveals position. Ah, okay. Honestly, I tend to go more for look than practicality when it comes to outfits and stuff like that. I'm like that with most games. Because I'd rather just kind of fuck around than, like, actually... Oh, catalog. Okay. My locker right now is red, I think. All right. Yeah, because frankly, like, that's not a good example of it. It's really hard to say. I know there are quite a few people who have like outfits and stuff made for specific parts and abilities. I can't. Oh gosh, what is that lag? Yep, there we go. And just to edit the splash tag so we get... Don't mind the title. And there, okay. Definitely not worrying about the title. I just got through that. There we go. Yeah, it was red. Okay. Edit. Very clean locker. Menu. Type of locker. Green. There we go. Finish. Nice. All right. And while we're here, I'll go ahead and do this. And get started in a match. Oh, they finally got the table turf stuff set up. All right, let's go. With my absolutely horrible playing, we'll see how this goes. I am playing incredibly safe compared to how I normally play. I didn't even notice that. Oh, okay. Never mind. Some of these names, though. Great. Okay. Maybe. I don't remember. What is the craziest name you've ran into in this game? Hunky dory. Laundromat. Bread toast. Man. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's great. Ah. I hit the button too many times. Right, walls don't count. What? Oh, I hate snipers so much. Like that sort of thing. Like, I get that it's helpful. I know, I know. It's just one of those things I get. I've always kind of been annoyed with one-shot sort of weapons. Like in any game. Because it just feels like, okay, yeah, you hit once, you're dead. Like, I don't know. It kind of feels cheap to me. Like, I get that there's skill involved because you have to be very precise and charge up and stuff like that. But, like, I don't know. But Yeah. It's just one of those things that, like, I don't know. Like that. Like, I was in the ink. They shot over me and I still died. Like, that just kind of feels like, what's the point of even trying to go against them? You know? And the most annoying part of it is that I'm not skilled enough to actually play it myself. So, like, I understand that it's actually a really difficult thing. Oh, we so lost. There are two things that I really hate in any video game. A PvP video game, specifically. One-shot weapons and spawn campers. Those two things will, like, make me rage quit more than anything else. And it's the sort of thing where just... It's because it feels really cheap, in the sense of, like, no matter how skilled you yourself are, if you face one-shot weapons and spawn campers, like, you don't have a chance of surviving. Because, like, playing Treasure since Splat wanted something... Yeah. Yeah, that's the sort of thing. And then, like, with one-shot weapons, like, snipers in other games, like, let's just, for example, say Fortnite, because that is the first game that came to mind. Like, half the time, if you're standing still... Hello, Harris. Welcome, welcome. If you're standing still, and you don't know that there's a sniper, and you get sniped and you're dead, like, you were dead before you even knew anyone was around. And that, above everything, is what annoys me the most with one-shot weapons. It's literally that, like, no matter what you do, it's just, you're dead. And then spawn campers, of course, like, if you can't get out of your spawn. Like, if you and your teammates don't all go in at once, you don't win. But if they're spawn camping, they don't even give you the chance to. That was a mistake, but oh well. Yeah, that's exactly it. You need to stay hidden. But then at the same time, like, for anyone else, it's just like, okay, yeah, whatever, man. And honestly, trying to get back into the swing of the game, because I haven't played it in so long, is hard. Because with this sort of thing, like, if... I'm like this with really any competitive style game. If you can't survive long enough to... Yeah, I sort of expected that. If you can't survive long enough to get practice, there's no way for you to get better. And I've always hated that about competitive games. Competitive style games, anyway. Because, like... It's like, if you start late, if you play the game after it had already been out for, like, a year or so, like, you're at such a skill disadvantage. that, like, there's not really a point in even trying to play. Yeah, I ran out of ink. Yeah. Splatoon is really the only game that I play with a competitive nature. So, like, let's go back to Fortnite as an example. Like, I play that to kind of just fuck around with. Like, I'll go in, I'll do the challenges, I'll do that sort of thing, but, like, when it comes to actual competitive play, I could really care less. Like, yes, of course, I like winning. Who doesn't? But, like... And like, I will play to win, but my focus is just kind of having fun with it. I'm not gonna try hard. Oh, while I'm here. Because I still have to... Woo. Oh, yeah, I could just... Splatoon is the only game that, up until this point, didn't have challenges. That I would play and play somewhat competitively. Because, I mean, obviously the whole point is to win, but... Yeah, I am not. I am not naturally competitive. That kind of comes from my standpoint of, like, I am non-confrontational generally as well. So, like, I would rather... Okay. How do I put this? I would rather stop playing a game than to sit through people getting angry at someone else not being good at the game. $60 moment, yeah. Although that wasn't me disconnecting. It said one or more players disconnected. So I don't think that was me who got disconnected there. What is this color? Ugh. Yep. Yep. Honestly, I'll say, for example, on kind of what I was talking about. So I've played Overwatch, right? It's a game that I've played. I've enjoyed playing with friends, but I don't play with randoms anymore. At all. Well, I'll play with randoms to, like, for fill, but, like, I will not play on my own. I've had enough times where I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know all the metas. I don't know what the hell I'm doing at any given time. Oh, yeah, I completely understand that. Like, I have no clue what I'm doing, like, at all while I'm playing. I'm just fucking around having fun. Man. But, like, I would play it, and, like, random teammates would yell at me because I'm not playing the game properly, quote unquote. So it's the sort of thing where, like, I don't play... I don't play like that anymore. You know? Because I tried League of Legends early on. Like downloaded it, played through the tutorial. I don't care for MOBA games. Just that style of gameplay I don't really care for. So I never got into the actual online play of it. Like, it's the sort of thing, like, yes, I understand, like, I understand that getting frustrated that teammates aren't pulling their weight in a match. But, like, at the same time, you're playing casual and getting mad when you lose. Because someone is playing casually. Like, that's just... I didn't... It just kept charging. God, Overwatch are like the stream. Yeah, that makes sense. I have not won a match today. Koga. Fucking hell. Yeah, no, it's one of those things. I will enjoy a game playing with friends because, you know, that's how I enjoy games. Nah, keep with that. Nah, that works. That's all good. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of my thing with competitive games. Something like this, it's entirely different because, well, there's no voice chat. There's Mr. Riz. Yep, I did see that right. Like, there's no voice chat, there's no team chat. It's just kind of like, you can be as good or bad at the game. Puzzle mystery games. Yep. Puzzle games and adventure games are my, like, big ones. Like, Zelda is, like, the perfect game series for me, pretty much. Because it's puzzle, it's adventure, it's action, it's fantasy. Like, it falls into line with almost all of my favorite genres. Yeah, okay. I thought I could get around it in time. But that's the sort of thing where, like, those styles of games don't lend well to multiplayer. Because, like, I enjoy doing things with friends. Like, obviously. But, like... I had already committed. So, it's one of those things where it's like... I have to go at a disadvantage at some point. Though, honestly, doing some thinking, I may decide that I want to play, what's it called? Cadence of Hyrule on stream at some point. It's a rhythm game, Crypt of the Necrodancer crossed with Zelda. Fair enough. So I may just do that, because I also really like rhythm games. Come on, get up there. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of good rhythm games have kind of disappeared recently. Honestly, there was one that was really... I didn't get it again. Damn. There was one, I think it was called Music Racer, where it would auto-generate... Hey, I won one. It would auto-generate tracks based on your music. And it was a lot better than, like, Audio Surf. But recently, and by recently I mean like a year ago at this point, they took down their servers, which means that the game was pretty much unplayable. Which was really annoying. Because, like, that was, like, a good rhythm game that it was your music that you had downloaded. Plus, it was fairly casual. It wasn't like a piano tile style game. It was like you were driving a car on a track. So it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't a normal quote-unquote rhythm game in the sense of, like, if you think Muse Dash or Osu or stuff like that. So, speaking of music, though, Spotify. Spotify Premium is raising its price, which is annoying because now it's $1 less than YouTube Premium. I eat bees. Bees. It's $1 less than YouTube Premium, which means that there's not really a point in buying Spotify Premium anymore, because you can just, well, do that with, well, YouTube. Because it'll give you YouTube Music with YouTube Premium. So I am going to be canceling my Spotify Premium subscription. And because I don't have a job, I won't be paying for any subscription. So I'm going to have to deal with ads on listening to music anyway, from my phone anyway. Last other game I played was Res Infinite. Yeah, okay. So that, to me, seems like it would be similar to Toho. It's a bullet hell that includes rhythm, but rhythm isn't its main priority. That's the best sort of explanation, example I can come up with for... I didn't get out in time. That's the best sort of thing I can... This is what I mean by spawn camping. Like, we can't get out of our spawn without dying. Come on, let's go. It was an effort. Yeah. Like, at this point, there's not even a point. Like, that's what I mean. You saw how hard I tried to get anything to happen. You know? I literally went straight over and ran around not caring about inking just so I could get out of spawn. And by then I had 3 people on me. Like... Anyway, moving on before I, you know, get to the point where I just want to drop the game entirely. Yeah, that's exactly it. Randoms make it more difficult because you can't plan things out, but... Hello, Opirus. Welcome, welcome. Indeed it is the echo. Hi-yo. The other thing with this game is, like, I don't know the best time to use the ultimates. That's the sort of thing with, like, competitive games. Wow, okay, my aim was horrible there. With, like, competitive games, you need to know the meta to be good at the games. Which I don't, because I don't play these games enough. I don't know. I just wanted to do something other than Mario Kart while chatting for once. Because I will say I played Mario Kart enough that I started to get a bit bored. Yeah, there's always a meta. Even in Mario Kart, like, there are, like, ways to play to be better. And, like, in Mario Kart, like, certain combinations. Well then. Certain cart combinations, like, races have very specific like, path to follow. Like, I get that races have paths to follow. That's not... Used to be Waluigi with Wiggler, yep. And in Wii it was Funky Kong with the Flame Runner. And just stuff like that, which... Oh well, do what you will with that. I will choose carts that feel right to me, which tend to be bikes. Come on. Thank you. Which are almost never the meta anymore now that they got rid of the changes between carts and bikes. But but like the idea of like shroomless shortcuts and like specific timings to use items and Like, all that sort of stuff, just like, you're taking the fun out of the game. Like, when you have to try and figure out how to do everything, and it becomes a specific way of doing it, and a specific timing, like, you lose just having fun with it. And it becomes this task of, like, okay, I need to do this, and I need to do that, and I need to... So, I don't know. Yeah. Any sort of PvP game, it'll be like that. Which is really frustrating when that sort of competitiveness comes to casual lobbies. Because then people like me, who, frankly, I don't play games enough to get good at every game to play, like, just kind of gets lost in this state of, like, okay, well, I'm not given the chance to improve. Which is why Mario Kart is one of those few things that, like, that I tried speedrunning. I did. I tried speedrunning with Sonic, which, you know, Sonic is one of those few games that, like, speedrunning almost feels natural. Because the whole point is you go as fast as possible. I can't do it. You have to know all these bugs and glitches to just kind of skip parts of the game. I can't. I just can't do it. Like, okay. If I played a game casually, then try to speedrun it in a, like, glitchless category, sure, I might enjoy that. Ah, clicked the wrong button first. That was absolutely horrible. But, like, the thing with speedrunning that I will say I find a lot better than a lot of competitive games is that if you get a time, you get a time. It's not like... Jeez, okay. It's not like, it's not like losing means you die, essentially. It's not like not being amazing at the game will cause you to play the game less. It's just a thing that, like, you don't get top of the leaderboard, you don't get top of the leaderboard. You can still play the game all the way through, you can still enjoy it. Heck, that's why getting a PB is a phenomenal thing. Like, it doesn't matter at what point on the leaderboard you are. If you get a PB, that's a big deal. And it was one of the things I remember seeing. I don't remember who it was. Take it too far. Yeah, I will agree. People do take it too far. But people take everything too far. So that's not something that's specific to speedrunning. It's the sort of thing, though, where, like, I remember seeing, there was a speedrunning competition on a game. And it was two people speedrunning the same game, racing to see who could beat the game first. What happened was, it was the world record holder and someone who, like, makes content doing speedrunning but isn't, like, top 10, say. And it was just kind of a race. Or it might have been something like that. Like, it was two speedrunners. One of them was better than the other. Like, on the leaderboard. And of course, with speedrunning, one mistake could cost you the run. So that, it's not like, it's not like the best person in the world will be able to do that consistently without running into issues. So the person who won didn't get a personal best because, you know, it's difficult to get a personal best when you're a top speedrunner. The person who lost by like a minute, got a PB. They celebrated the PB over the person who won. The person who won was the one who celebrated the PB over their own winning. And that's one of the things I like about speedrunning communities, is like they're so they tend to be so respectful to each other that like they'll celebrate personal accomplishments over like competition. You know? So that's why I am Hoopbox. I didn't even notice that. I'm like not paying attention to names. Like so I am more willing to keep trying speedrunning over trying competitive gaming. Like, I don't think I could go into esports. I just don't think I could. But I feel like I could get into speedrunning if I got the right game at the right time. You know? So, like, if I get a game early enough, where I'm not super far behind on all the glitches and stuff, and I get a chance to play the game casually first, I feel like I could seriously get into speedrunning. Games neon white and I feel like I recognize that. I'll have to look more into it. That is the sort of game though. I do enjoy speedrunning games, like speedrunning style games. I know a while ago on stream I played a game called Frostrunner, which is a speedrunning parkour game. I absolutely loved that. Talked about it before. I do feel like I remember that. Although my memory is so bad these days. Ugh. I just threw it over. I don't think I actually did anything with that, but... And that's why you have two people. But yeah, no, like, Frostrunner, Ghostrunner as well is a good one. Stuff like that, I really do enjoy. Because you get that feeling of speedrunning without actually, like, losing out on the game. Like, the experience. Because, like, I don't think that I could speedrun Tears of the Kingdom. And, you know, still enjoy it. Because I feel like once you speedrun it and you learn all these skips and you skip massive parts of the game, it just, you don't play the game. So, I don't know. Wow, we've gone on a wide range of topics today. Competitive games, speedrunning, music. This is why I play games like this. Like, I am mindlessly playing, but I'm mostly just kind of chatting. And that's the sort of thing, like, yeah. And the thing is, we go smoothly from topic to topic. But, like, I mindlessly play the game and chat. and I mindlessly play the game while chatting, because I would love to be able to just put it to just chatting and be able to kind of do this sort of thing where I just chat. The difficulty with that, though, is that there are times where, you know, chat is silent. It's just the way it goes. Chat is silent, and I have nothing to kind of bounce off of, and I run out of topics. So, actively having something to do and talk about when nothing else is going on is great, because I don't have the ability to just kind of bounce off of things all the time. I don't know. Because, like, this whole thing kind of started, I was talking about competitive games in response to stuff that was happening in-game. And topics just kind of went from there. So. Man. What is my team doing? Like, next to nothing in our spawn was inked. Like, what the fuck? I splatted someone with that? Oh, okay. Just kind of toss it over. Grinchan? Why do I recognize that? I feel like that may be a VTuber. But anyway. Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm sure you noticed I have set the stream to actually be set for mature audiences. Because I had kind of always marked it that way. Obviously in the title and stuff like that. Because, you know, are you kidding? Oh, that sucks. That was a complete waste because they could get off the attack much quicker than I could. Yeah. And that's really annoying because, you know, with a gun you can't shoot someone doing a booyah bomb, but someone who pops an ult after you can kill you with... it's annoying. Because, like, I had already been charging that for a while. So that wasn't like, oh, I just started it and I was getting hit as I was starting it. That was a straight up, I had started doing it and then they did it almost in response. That's annoying. Oh well. I don't think I have much longer. Nice. Yeah. I don't think I have much longer for how long I'm gonna stream. Because I've been live for about an hour now. Little over. So I probably have around 4 more matches left before I'm gonna call it. Depends on how long. Yeah, no, it really hasn't. That's one of the things I've noticed, like, streaming timing feels like it goes completely different. It feels like while you're streaming, time goes a lot quicker, which is annoying, but at the same time, it just means that there's so much going on that there's actual content. Hello, Shadow. Welcome, welcome. Hope you are doing well. And bah. Oh, yeah. I do have a few more topics to kind of talk about. Yeah. It's always nice to, like, I appreciate you coming either way. Because it's the sort of thing where something like this, you haven't really missed much. The only things you may have missed are, like, some topics. Which, with me, I have such a short attention span. In the hour I've streamed, I've already covered, like, what, 3, 4 different topics? Yep, pretty much. So, that's one of the reasons why this game is so good. Like, there's so much going on that your attention is never wasted. But I do actually have some kind of topics to talk about, which have nothing to do with this game. Mostly. There's a long-winded explanation as for why it does, but I'm not going to get into that. But so I was cleaning. Hello, Kyra. Wow, everyone's joining today. And if you've seen me on Discord, you will kind of know this, but I was cleaning recently and found some of my old journals from like 2-3 years ago. So it was, how should I put it? Eye-opening, I guess. Oh, we lost that. Yeah. There was a lot of things that I wrote about in those journals. I mean, there was other stuff I found. I found one from back in middle school, like 8 years ago, but that's, oh gosh, it's been 8 years. Holy shit. That I was full of shit as a kid. Just straight up, I was full of shit. But the more recent ones, like, there were some feelings about things that I completely forgot about. Yeah. It could be. Though, frankly, the stuff that I wrote about was highly personal. It kind of delved into relationship struggles and kind of issues with like kind of I just completely phased out of what I was doing there. How do I put this? I touched on a lot of personal issues that I had in those journals, and kind of strong feelings. Yeah. I tried. Pretty much, not going into detail because I'm not going to, there are other people involved in some of this stuff. And I don't want to go into like their privacy and stuff like that. But there was a lot of strong misplaced feelings. Let's put it that way. In reality, there was a lot of feelings of uselessness on my end, mixed with a lot of, kind of like, there were issues with, how people were acting. I'm trying to focus on wording while mindlessly doing something is not going well. But the long and short of it is, knowing what I know now, a lot of what happened makes sense. But at the same time, I was so confused back then in... Oh, what happened? Why am I small? I don't know when that happened. I am sorry if I was gone for a lot of that. But in reality, a lot of things kind of got put into place that, frankly, I'll probably go more into this after I kind of run through it in my own head. Because right now, because it's such a recent thing that I found, I am processing it. Naruto. Mm-hmm. It's the sort of thing where, like, it's one of those things where I know that... Wow, that goes far. What the f... Okay. I technically don't have to talk about this. There's no reason for me to disclose it on stream. Especially because this is meant to be a place where people get away from the real world. But the stuff involved are so important to how I came to have the philosophies I have, specifically on streaming and content creation in general. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's important to talk about. Because, like I said, it shapes my content now. Well, to move on from that, deathmatch is something. I am so bad at trying to change topics when it comes to actually wanting to. Oh yeah, on another note, so the stuff that I've been working on in terms of my character's lore and stuff like that, it's slowly coming together. I don't have anything new, so I don't have, like, I don't have, I don't have more music. I haven't properly written a story or anything like that. But, certain concepts that I wanted involved are starting to be fleshed out a bit more. And frankly, some of the concepts that I wanted to include are being dropped. For sake of... Initially, I included some very personal feelings involved. And you can kind of see it in my character design. It's very hard to see because it's small, but in my eyes are clovers. In this character, anyway. They're not going to be in the new one. They were never going to be in the new one. But the reason I did that was because of a highly personal reason involving my own life. That concept is what I'm going to drop. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a process. I have most of the details down on character design and some of the small details. We won that? Okay. But the concept of a clover being important to my character, I'm still going to... Okay. I talked about this in my debut stream. But in what I had written for my character, like the concept, there was a character named Clover that was modeled after a person I actually know. Something. That character is going to be massively changed. Essentially, I'm not removing them from my character, but I am removing the real world equivalent from the detailing of the character, if that makes sense. So, like, there's still going to be a character that becomes important to my character, but they're not going to be Clover. Clover is not going to be the name. And I'm not sure if the way I handle the character is going to be the same. I feel like I'm going to change some traits. I'm going to change, like, there's a lot of stuff I'm going to change about the character that I put in there unnecessarily for the sake of making it the equivalent of this person. So, that is something that it's a lot, because I'm essentially rewriting an entire important storyline for my character. But it is... I feel like it'll be a better story that way, because I'm no longer pigeonholing this character into a specific type. I'm able to use the character in more ways, because they don't need to be a specific way. You know? Oh, someone disconnected. Yeah, exactly. I can let a character be themselves rather than someone else. Like, don't get me wrong. I think that the character worked. I think that the way I wrote it would have worked. But there were some specific details that I tried to work around this character's backstory. So essentially, Clover was a forest nymph, and in order for this character's backstory to work, there needed to be a conflict between the water nymphs and the forest nymphs. I couldn't figure out what that conflict would be. But essentially, with this change, because I'm changing the character, there doesn't necessarily need to be a conflict that I need to write out. Because, honestly, the story could still work without this secondary character. Like, in its entirety, if I just removed the character, of course there would be, like, a couple scenes that I would need to shift. But largely the story could work without. Nice. So, yeah. So that is still under works. But I did have to take a backward step with it. Because now that I'm changing this character, I use this character for some of my own characters, character development. So I need to think of a new way to have that development happen, but, hello, I don't know how to pronounce that because it's just a bunch of consonants. Noah. Welcome, Noah. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome in, welcome in. You are catching close to the end of stream, unfortunately, but feel free to vibe while we're still going. And just as kind of a thing, I will likely not remember that, so I'll need you to remind me, because my memory is shit. So, yeah, I will probably ask that again in the future. But just know that that is not because I don't care. I'm not giving out my code personally. So no. And that's just a privacy sort of thing. because I don't quite feel comfortable friending random people. But yeah, I appreciate it. Bink. Nice. But yeah, thank you, thank you. Yep, take care, Shadow. Hope to see you again soon. Well, I will see you again soon, personally, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so that storyline is kind of in the works. Like I said, it is a step back because I am now having to rework quite a lot of the main storyline. But I feel like it opens me up to have a lot more I feel like it'll work better in how smoothly the story comes about. But other than that, character design is very slow because I am not good enough at art. I have been trying. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah. And on top of that, the music, haven't quite gotten anywhere with that, but I am actually looking into I'm actually looking into better programs to create music rather than what I'm using. So that also isn't just stand still right now. So right now, while nothing is actively happening in the aspect of actual creation, some of the underlying necessities of framework are being worked on. So I also kind of want to start trying to design an overlay. Like an actual active overlay rather than just kind of having a picture in the background. But I need to look more into how overlays tend to work. So. And the Discord is coming along. It exists. There are channels. But I have not set up roles or permissions or even rules. So that is also coming along. So I'm working on a lot of stuff at once. While also having to passively be looking for like actual real world jobs rather than internet. So just as kind of another thing, the current schedule I have going is subject to change in the near future. Because, yeah, I can't just keep... I have to start making money. Because student loans are coming up. Yay. Because the government is saying that the quality of education is absolutely nothing compared to the money that they get from it. But that is not my place to say. Because that is politics, and I am not going to get into that because one of the rules of this channel is avoid politics. Yay. How did they survive that? Makes sense. I'm staying back here because this is starting to get a bit spawn campy. I'm not a gecko. I'm a dragon. Bah. Yes. Comf is nice. Yeah, that my team there started to get a bit spawn campy. Well, with that, I think I'm gonna call it there. We have been live for an hour and a half. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to Splatsville. Kind of go through. Actually, I can quickly look at my locker, which is nice. Neat and organized. Got some art stuff in there. Got the outfit from story mode in there. Pair of headphones, a record player, a game manual or a game case or something. I don't remember. School outfit. Very nice, very nice. Close it. Got some stickers. Very nice. Now, if we come over here, these are all my friends' lockers. Because that's how they, you know, do it. I didn't realize that Fates was completely empty. That's actually kind of funny. But hey, Ray, it's yours. Anyway. While I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Blech. Ta-da! Then can go back to town. Dun, 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 da, 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 da. What is this jacket? Or what is that symbol? Interesting. Nice, I got title. What did I get? Refreshing party star. Alright. Very nice. Well, I'm gonna grab one of those. 76,000. That's insanely expensive. I have 200,000 coins? I don't know when that happened. Oh. Have to listen to him talk again. There we go. Yeah. Well. Anyway, I'm going to be calling it there. I'm actually gonna set it down looking up. Thank you guys so much for coming by, vibing with me, chatting with me, splatting with me. But okay, yeah, I'll walk right in front of the camera. But anyway, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful time zone. Make sure you take care of yourself, drink some water, get some rest, all that good stuff. And I will see you next time. Bye.